So in today's video, we're going to try and figure out what the heck the Boston Red Sox are doing because I'll be honest with you, I don't know, but we're going to talk about it. We all know that the Red Sox lost Xander Bogaerts, the face of their franchise, and this came a few years after losing Mookie Betts. They just lost another face of the franchise, JD Martinez. He went to the Dodgers on a one-year, $10 million contract, and then the Boston Red Sox essentially replaced JD Martinez, who was 35 years old, on a one-year, $10 million contract with a 38-year-old Justin Turner, who's getting $11 million. What? So again, we're going to break this down in just a moment, but this could only mean one of two things. One, the Red Sox just got their third baseman of the future and they are going to trade Rafael Devers because they can't afford him, or this was a smart move and now they can DH Devers or Tristan Casas whenever they want because they have Justin Turner. Then again, he's almost 75 years old. I don't know how this is going to work. Okay, before we talk about JD Martinez and Justin Turner essentially swapping places, let's talk about a sneaky trade that the Pirates made. And honestly, I really like this kid, Connor Joe. So Connor Joe of the Rockies is going to the Pirates in exchange for a pitcher by the name of Nick Garcia. And the thing about this kid in high A ball, his home runs per nine went up and his ground ball percentage went down, which is not a good combination for a guy who's now going to have a future in Coors Field. So Nick Garcia of the Pirates is going to the Colorado Rockies, and in exchange, the Pirates are getting a left fielder slash first baseman, Connor Joe, who wasn't very good in 2022, but his rookie season 2021, he had 8 home runs, a 285 batting average, and a 116 OPS plus, so he does have it in him to be a pretty solid hitter. And even last year, we can see he had a 338 on base percentage, and what really makes Connor Joe special is not that he hits the ball really hard, but he has a cannon for an arm in left field. He gets on base with the best of them because he doesn't chase, he doesn't strike out, and he's in the top percent in taking walks. So the Pirates, if we take a look at their 2023 roster, I really like this website, Fangraphs. I didn't know that they had a 2023 depth chart projector, so we can see that Connor Joe is projected to be a bench player, but most likely he is going to be a platoon with guys like Jack Sawinski when a lefty is on the bump. I mean, this is not the worst lineup I've ever seen with O'Neal Cruz, Brian Reynolds, Cabrian Hayes. Again, you have platoons everywhere with G-Man Choi and Carlos Santana and Jack Sawinski with Miguel Andujar or Connor Joe. I mean, the Pirates are probably not going to win 85 games, but at least they're going to be a little bit better going into 2023. It might be marginal, but they have improved, I guess. The only thing that I have to mention, Pirates fans, you just signed the worst offensive player in the history of our beautiful game. Austin Hedges, he's going to call a great game behind the dish, but my grandmother could probably hit better. All right, let's go ahead and break down this mystery deal that I am just kind of confused by because, again, one of two things can happen. The Red Sox are preparing for life without Rafael Devers, or this is smart, and this gives Rafael Devers and Tristan Casas some time to DH every so often. So Justin Turner is going to the Red Sox, so he leaves the Dodgers. The Dodgers and the Red Sox essentially swapped DHs. Again, JD Martinez is 35 years old. Justin Turner is about to be 38 years old. He is getting a 2-year deal, kind of. He has an opt-out after 2023. I mean, Justin Turner, I talked about this a few videos ago. I thought that he was going to go to the Chicago Cubs. JT was pretty good last year, if you want to give him that. He had 36 doubles, 13 home runs, 81 RBIs, and a 350 on base percentage. Those are really good numbers, and I just want to go ahead and kind of tip my cap to Justin Turner because I did not see this coming when he left the Mets for the Dodgers. Justin Turner, for his career, 2014 to 2022, had a 296 batting average, a 375 on base percentage, and a 136 OPS plus. Justin Turner, even in the second half of last year, was a machine. So I guess this is a good signing for the Red Sox if you can make the argument that Rafael Devers is about to get extended, so you don't have to worry about Devers leaving. So Justin Turner, he's going to give Devers more opportunities to DH. Justin Turner can play first base as well, maybe even second base if you need him to. I think he played 1 inning at second in 2022, but he is a versatile defender, I guess. But again, the thing is, he's 38 years old. I don't know how that's going to work because Devers, we know, is one of the worst defensive third basemen in baseball. So I guess, again, if you're making the argument that Justin Turner is a old Swiss Army knife, fine, you got me, but still, you gave him more money than JD Martinez, who is 3 years younger, and JD Martinez got a 1-year, $10 million deal. Justin Turner is getting $11 million and can opt out after 2023, so essentially the same deal. Again, the only thing that you can say is Justin Turner can play defense. JD Martinez, he's a little bit injury prone. He can't play third base, first base. He's really a right fielder, a terrible right fielder at that, or a DH, and that's it. And I guess the Red Sox, that doesn't fit. I do want to show you guys this. In 2021, Justin Turner, he was smacking baseballs. He was getting on base, not striking out. The sprint speed and the defense was still pretty bad, but everything got worse in 2022. He still has a lot of red circles because he's really good at getting on base and not striking out. He is a great contact guy, but the sprint speed was bottom 8%. The defense got even worse, even though he had 1 DRS. Justin Turner, he's not Brooks Robinson over there at third base. We know he's not good at defense anymore. So if we take a look at the projected lineup, we have Masataka Yoshida. So the Red Sox are really looking at this guy to be their saving grace. Masataka, hopefully he has a 300 batting average with 35 doubles and 15 home runs. Trevor Story, we're expecting him to have a bounce back season. Rafael Devers, Justin Turner, Verdugo. We have Kike Hernandez, Tristan Casas. This is a pretty solid lineup if you ask me. Now the only situation that the Red Sox find themselves in, are they going to be able to afford Rafael Devers? Again, they have Justin Turner. Justin Turner can play third base if they do end up having to trade Rafael Devers. The general manager for the Red Sox, Chaim Bloom, came out and said that they are pretty much going to go beyond what they're looking for to get Rafael Devers to sign an extension, but the Red Sox do have limitations, and if I'm a Red Sox fan, I just don't want to hear that. That sentence needs to stop, as we're going to do everything we can to get Rafael Devers, but then he puts his foot in his mouth and says there are limitations. Red Sox fans don't want to hear that. Why do they not want to hear that, Fuzzy? Great question, YouTube commenters, because the Red Sox have already lost Mookie Betts, Xander Bogaerts. Now you have all of this freed up money because you didn't give Mookie Betts an extension. Yeah, he wanted $400 million. In my opinion, I think he's worth that. They didn't want to give him that much money. Now, all of this extra money that they saved from not giving it to Mookie, they didn't give it to Xander Bogaerts. They didn't give it to JD Martinez. They're losing everyone left and right. And again, I know you're replacing them with guys like Trevor Story. That was not a very good deal so far, but Trevor Story's kind of new. Masataka Yoshida, Justin Turner. This is a decent offseason so far, minus the subtraction of Xander Bogaerts, because again, you have to factor in relief players like Kenley Jansen, Chris Martin, Joely Rodriguez. The bullpen is going to be a whole lot better going into next season, which that was a big problem. The Red Sox, if anything, they could afford to lose some offense. So right now, my brain is kind of putting it as a pretzel. I don't know what to make of the Red Sox and Chaim Bloom. Is Chaim Bloom the biggest brain GM in all of baseball, and he just has the vision? It's going to really come to fruition in the next few months, and we just can't see that right now. A lot of people wrote off the Guardians, and then they overperformed in 2022. Do you think that the Red Sox have a chance of being the 2023 version of the Guardians? Everyone is writing them off, not giving them a chance, and then they surprise everyone. Maybe. Tristan Casas, he could be a 35 home run guy out the gate. We just don't know if that's going to happen because we thought Bobby Dahlbeck was going to be the saving grace, and he's not. I completely forgot that we had to talk about this today. Michael Brantley is going back to the Astros on a 1-year deal worth $12 million, and I just want to mention Michael Brantley in the short time that he was healthy in 2022, so we obviously know he's probably going to be the DH. Jordan is going to have to man left field quite often in 2023 because, Michael Brantley, $12 million, that's not cheap, so you want to keep him as healthy as possible. In 64 games, Michael Brantley hit .288 with the 125 OPS plus with 14 doubles and 5 home runs. He is going to be an extra base machine. I expect him to play left field towards the end of the season when he gets a little bit healthier, and Jordan is probably going to bridge that gap for the first at least 80 to 90 games. But for me, look at this lineup. Jose Altuve, Michael Brantley, Bregman, Jordan Alvarez, Jose Abreu, Kyle Tucker is a 6-hitter with Jeremy Pena as your 7-hitter. How is anyone going to beat this team? And one thing I have to give credit to the Astros, you have Jose Altuve, who signed from Venezuela. They drafted Alex Bregman. They traded for Jordan Alvarez. They drafted Kyle Tucker and Jeremy Pena. The Houston Astros, whether you like them or not, they have done a fantastic job at building from within, and then on top of that, spending money and making excellent trades. The Astros right now are the best run organization in baseball.